Hey boys, welcome back to some more Nrl Supercoach. It's going to be the round 11 review, and as you can see, a fairly mediocre score. Absolute carnage on the weekend. This always happens. Without fucking missing a beat. The round before Origin, your bye planning, your Origin planning just gets shafted, bro. So there has been quite a number of injuries. We copped quite a few. The Origin teams / squads have been announced. So there's a couple of shockers, I will say, or a couple of shocks for sure. We've been benefited a couple, and then we've also lost somebody that I wasn't expecting to lose. So yeah, 1,144. We drop another 1,500 spots. We're still sitting pretty good, 5,793. It just, man, it's really starting to feel like fucking last year, bro. Like, at least this year we made our way up a little bit quicker. Last year, we were just stalled around this ranking for like a long time. We just couldn't make any moves. But we've hit a wall. We've been a little cursed, I will say. Our trade-ins have not really worked. We've copped injuries. Yeah, so it's been a couple of frustrating weeks, but I will say it could have been a lot worse because I did nail the captaincy both times. So let us have a look at the team and how she went. So starting out, Sandon Smith with the 65. Honestly, we'll take it. Pretty good. I feel pretty good about the Sandon Smith 65. I mean, when we look at the scores across the board, they're all like pretty decent. There's a couple of stinkers, but yeah, just the injuries really screwed us. But yeah, Sandon Smith 65. Mamazulis obviously still out. We got to decide what we're going to do with him. On a little side note, Tommy Starling, I'm going to crash out. Fucking Stewart is now playing Tom Starling 80 minutes. He's banging out like fucking 70, 80 points. I'm going crazy. Like, what is happening? Even like last game, even when Owen Paddy came on, Starling moved to like lock and played there. I mean, I get that they're not even that. I mean, they've lost Nicholson, but like, I don't know. Honestly, I'm half tempted to look at Starling's price and potentially get him back in. Like, if he's not that expensive, although I think he probably is. It's probably not worth it, but man, oh man, like him playing 80 minutes, like he's honestly like a must-have, but you just can't rely on Ricky Stewart keeping that up. So a little bit of a fucking tidbit, but yeah, I'm annoyed. I mean, I can't be too annoyed because I brought in Nico Hines for him, and obviously we played Sandon Smith for his big score. But if I knew that was going to happen, I would have just... And Mamazulis obviously getting injured. It would have been better to trade Mamazulis to Hines instead of Starlo, but it is what it is. The front row, so Payne Haas, 86 points. He got about 30 points in the last couple of minutes. He was on track for a pretty mediocre score. And it was one of those games where I was hoping he was going to score pretty poorly because all the other captaincies, so I think in the top percentage, Drinkwater and Pappenhausen, I think Drinky was the highest captained in the top percents, or the top 5% maybe. Pappenhausen was pretty high up there, and then the two props, Payne Haas and Terrell May, were also high up. So Haas being on like 50 odd 60 points pretty much at the end of the game, I was like pretty happy with. And then of course he scored 86, but that's fine. We did captain Terrell May for his 123. I mean, it was too good to pass up. Like, I think again, it could have been different if I didn't put the captaincy on him. I think originally in my preview video, I think I had Ponga as vice captain and Drinkwater as captain, which if I actually, brother, if I'd captained Drinkwater this week, I mean, I would have kept doing the Supercoach videos, but I would have been mighty unhappy. But yeah, the more, like, honestly, before the games, I changed it pretty quickly. I was like, no, I didn't feel confident about Ponga. Honestly, the bigger thing, I wasn't confident about Drinkwater. I wasn't confident about captaining him. I felt much safer vice captaining, and honestly, the talk of Terrell May getting, like, not picked for Origin, it just rang alarm bells to pick him as captain. Like, you knew he was going to go off this week, and he did. Tino also 82 points, so the front rowers continue to be the fucking best. Unfortunately, over Origin now, we're going to be missing a lot of those points. The back row, Eli Katoa with a 61, Olakau'atu 64, Dylan Egan, a 4-point banger there. Obviously, shocking news, terrible news for Dylan Egan doing his ACL. Disastrous. And for Supercoach purposes, just that one definitely stung quite a bit with Egan, for sure. Absolutely, that one hurt. But and the thing about it that hurts more is that in my mind, I was like, if there's a late change, if Flanagan does the fucking same old bullshit, and he puts Egan back to the bench, then I was going to use the boost, trade Nicholson to... did they play before? Wait, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, that was the game before. I was like, wait, did they play before? No. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to trade Nicholson to Hosking and use the boost if Egan was pushed back to the bench. I was pretty confident playing Egan, and I thought he would start, but if that happened, that's what I was going to do. Obviously, he did start. Honestly, he was probably... I think he was primed for a big game too, but very terrible news for Egan. So he is obviously now a trade out. Thankfully, he did have a negative break even, so he did still make a bit of cash. He still made 15k with a 4, so we'll take it. Nicholson, obviously, he's a trade out as well. We just were holding our horses on that one. Corey Horsburgh, 61 points, we'll take. And the big ones, so they're right here. Olakau'atu. I mean, I've been planning for Olakau'atu not playing the buys, but I guess he wasn't a lock in the team. He is 20th man. I think, the squad could change. One of those guys could come in, but like, if he stays obviously 20th man, he will play for Manly in round 12. So that's pretty big. That's pretty big for us. And then Corey Horsburgh, the biggest surprise pick here, because I'm sure there's quite a few people that traded Horsburgh out last week, which, again, I was tossing it up. I was like, do I trade Horsburgh early to get ahead of the pack? Especially because there were so many injuries early in this round. I was sort of tempted to use the boost and trade somebody to a buy player just because of, getting in it like a decent enough squad for this week. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, well, if I use a boost like this week gone, that's 3 trades. This week, you get 3 trades anyway, and I've only got 1 boost left, so I might max trades, I might do 4 trades, we'll see how it shapes up, but yeah, it was like, well, there's no point boosting last week, we could boost this week and know for sure, so thankfully I didn't do that. I kept Horsburgh, and he'll be, he's a sensational number now, for sure. It's honestly great. It's really nice. Lockie Hubner with a 39. It is what it is. Obviously, we would like Hubner. I would love Hubner just to get, like, Jag a bit of attack. The next time he plays, just to make a bit of cash quickly. If doesn't want to load the break even, okay, whatever, Supercoach. But I would like to get rid of Hubner at some point, but it's not a pressing issue. Luke Metcalf, 49 points. I don't think any of the 5'8s really went crazy. Obviously, we got him at halfback. Quite a few people were trading in Fogarty, which I didn't really get. He did score well, but again, it was against the Titans. They put on a lot of points. I don't know. I mean, maybe Fogarty is a good play, but I didn't love the Fogarty play. It'd be nice if Metcalf could repay the faith, but it's a bit of unfortunate timing for Metcalf because obviously they play at home, which is great, but they play the Raiders, who are unaffected by Origin. They're going to be strong. And then the Warriors are also missing. They're going to be missing Barnett and fucking Fisher Harris. So they're two starting props. It's a bit bad for Metcalf, if I'm being honest. But obviously we're going to at least hold him for this week. I actually, you know what? Before we go into the rest of the team, we'll talk about it now. I actually thought after I did the King Tonga trade, there was a little temptation, and I might not do this. I might, but Metcalf, I think, can go. Like, he's been great for me. He's averaged 60. He's got some big points when I've played him. He's really starting to find his feet, so I don't love the idea of trading him, but it doesn't want to show. Brother... Nrl Supercoach, for the love of God, can you show the fucking draw? I'm gonna refresh the whole page because I sort of need to see the run. But what I was thinking was, honestly, 5'8". I don't need to have two-gun 5'8s. I've always said that. For the run home, sure, like getting a Munster as well as Jaden Campbell would be nice, or going like even a pod play of somebody for sure. But you don't need to have two-gun 5'8s, right? So Metcalf, I was thinking maybe trade Metcalf back to Nico Hines in round 13. If Cleary backs up in round 13, then trade Metcalf to Cleary, so you get him for his 13 and 14 games, and then just hold him for the rest of the Origin period. He's already missed 2 games. You're going to bring him back anyway. Obviously, that was something I was thinking about after I did the initial trade. I was like, maybe you could just shift Metcalf straight back to Cleary in round 13 if he backs up. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when it comes down to it. Metcalf now 93 break even, so could lose some money. He does play 12. He does play 13 against the Bunnies, which is a good matchup. 14, he misses the second major bye. And he misses the third major bye. So honestly, I don't mind the idea of that. There could be somebody else we go to as well, I guess, but I don't mind the idea of trading him to Cleary in round 13 for the 13-14 because Metcalf's not playing 15 or 18 anyway. So yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. We'll think about it obviously next round though. Nico Hines 63, we'll take it. He's looking a lot better. Honestly, I mean, Trindle is just not getting his hands on the footy as much. Like, Hines is 100% taking more football, which is what you want to see. Jaden Campbell, 59 points. Honestly, we'll take. I couldn't believe he was on like 40 odd at half time, and I was like, the Titans are looking shocking. Campbell has done nothing, but he got a sneaky line break. He had a couple of goals. Like, he's just a good accruer of points, so we'll take the 59. Obviously, doesn't play the first major bye, but I think the Titans play the next 2, if I'm not mistaken. I hope so. They play 13, not a great matchup against the Storm, but they are leaky. The Storm are leaky. 14, 15, 16, 17. They miss 18, but they do have a pretty good run coming up, so that's obviously good. King Tonga. Am I regretting the pickup? Not really. I'm still happy that I traded Cleary out just to get the cash. I mean, well, honestly, they could be the 2 worst trades we could have possibly made last week with the points, but I still feel good about it. It didn't quite work out. I don't know what I'm going to do with Tongia. Obviously, he's still very cheap. So he's not in danger of like losing cash. But yeah, I mean, scoring 22 points. I mean, going 83 his first game and then 33-22. Not ideal, but they've got a couple of good games coming up. So, you know, this is what I'm talking about with the 5/8s. If Tongia can jag some attack and make some quick cash, then sure, we'll jump him up to somebody of note. You know, give or take. But if he plods along, honestly, I don't hate just not having a second gun 5/8. But yeah, it would be nice if he scored a bit more. He was, I don't know, he got a try assist as well. I don't know, dude. I feel like he got dudded a few points. Like, even in that first half, they had him down for like 5 tackles, and I was like, no shot. Like, he's been in way more tackles than this. But I don't know. It's one of those games. It is what it is. I still don't mind the pickup. He did make money, but it might not be a lot of money, so you know, whatever, dude. We'll see what happens. The center wing. So this is where it gets a little bit fucky. I mean, the tail end of this scoring is just diabolical. Jacob Kira has 60 points. We'll take, but he is now gone for, they're saying, you know, 4 to 6 plus weeks. The silver lining is that we can now just jump on Herbie Farnworth, who has just been fucking killing me all season. And I think I still, like, I even make money going Kiraz down to Herbie. Herbie is expensive, but I do make a bit of coin going Kiraz to Herbie. I would have loved to have had Kiraz over the buys. He's not like super owned, but yeah, it is what it is. He's that expensive. You can bring in anybody. You're obviously going to trade him to a gun, so it hurts, but it is what it is. Fletcher Sharp, 35 points. The Knights just fucking hell, dude. So I don't know what's going on with Sharp. Obviously, he was very poor. He didn't want to run the footy in this game, but there were I keep seeing rumors that Sharp is injured, but I haven't seen anything about Sharp being injured. It didn't look like he got injured during the game, so I don't know. I'm hoping he's not out injured. Honestly, I don't need all my center wingers going down, but I kept seeing the rumor was that Dylan Lucas and Sharp were injured. Now Lucas, it was pretty obvious he got injured. Annoying, it always fucking annoys you when there's like a try-saving attempt from a player who dives across, and you're like, you appreciate the effort, but at the same time, you're like, oh, did you really have to do that? And you can just tell, like, he landed badly on his shoulder. He hurt it pretty early, but he toughed out, you know, a good majority of the game, but obviously now he's under an injury cloud. It's one of those, shoulder complaints that could be a couple of weeks. He could play, but then it could flare up. So, I don't know. I mean, obviously I hope he plays, but we'll see. Obviously a bit of a watch on Dylan Lucas. I think we could trade. If he is out injured, he could be a trade, but I think he's a guy at this point you probably just hold. You probably just hold strong and ride out a week or two of low scores or even not playing, because he is a genuine keeper, and because we've already traded him out before as well, you really don't want to trade him out again and then have to get him back in, so you might just have to ride it. Ruben Garrick with a 52, and then Rob Toya, 48 points. He did bomb a try. This one was doubly fucking annoying because one, I tipped the fucking Roosters, and they fucking lost somehow. I don't know how they fucking lost, but they did, and the Toya drop ball was not ideal and didn't help. And also the scoring, obviously I didn't play him this week, but the fact he is now picked in Origin, it would have been nice for him to make as much cash as he could. He still made 65k this week. He's still got a negative 19 break even, but the fact he is now in Origin, I mean, he's sort of got to go. Like, the Roosters' Origin players cover terribly. You could potentially hold him. Do they play round 13? They do play round 13, the final game. You would expect him to back up, being an outside back. So, depending on what other trades I want to make, you could definitely hold him for this week. He is at a good price to trade. It's just a matter of, like, I guess if Lucas is out with Kiraz, and even like if Sharp is out as well, then fuck, you probably do trade Toya, just to get the numbers. But yeah, holding him for this week and then having him for round 13, you would assume he'd back up and then make decent cash that week as well. Then you look to get him off. So I think that's probably what we'll do. Thomas Jenkins, obviously, like, surely he's going to play this week. But the Panthers, like, I'm really hoping he plays fullback. That would be an absolute fucking godsend. Like, I'm not confident of, like, Jenkins scoring that well with Penrith missing a lot of players, but if he plays fullback, then his base is going to be good. So I really hope they pick him at fullback. They probably pick Laurie. Like, let's be real, they probably pick Laurie, but I'm hoping for Jenkins. Billy Smith with the 41-pointer. He just sees no football. The first couple of weeks, like, he was getting, like, a lot of attack, 76, 79, and then ever since then, he sees no football at all. Like, literally no football, but you know, it is what it is. He'll be a good number over the buys. Hopefully he can get some attack, but we'll see. And then the fullbacks. Oh boy. Ponga with a 66. You know, when the game finished and Ponga was on about 60, with 2 clean line breaks as well, I was like, oh my God, 60 points again. Just shocking. I didn't expect him to be by far and away my best scoring fullback. And oh wow, what a round for the fullbacks. Ryan Papenhuyzen 35 points. He's very lucky too, because the ref even said if there was more game time, he would have been sin binned. So people that captain Papenhuyzen got a bit fortuitous, because it could have been, you know, negative 10 points on that 35. So a little bit lucky, because it was the end of the game. He didn't put him in the bin, which is funny. And then oh my God, Scott Drinkwater, fucking 14. I mean, I talked about it. I even said I picked Manly in this game. I thought Manly were honestly morals to beat the Cowboys. I just felt like the Manly team could, you know, put a score up against the Cowboys, but I thought it would be high scoring both. So I thought it'd be like, you know, 36 to 20, 30 to 18 at least. No, the Cowboys scored 1 try, didn't fucking look like scoring a point. Like, and Manly's defense is not that good. So thank you Todd Payton for shifting Jackson Purdue to 5'8", to just fucking screw the Cowboys attack. Like, I mean, yeah. The funny thing is, obviously, I'm still happy I got him. It would, like, the thing is, it would have been tricky, right? So he dropped 30k in round 13 when he's back, and the Cowboys have a good, like, a sensational run for the rest of the Origin period. Drinkwater becomes basically a must. They take on the Tigers, Melbourne. I mean, you know, there's some tough games, but they play a lot of games. Like, their schedule is fantastic. But if I waited to get him, obviously it would have been nice. I would have got him for 30k less, and I would have missed the 14. I would have had someone that scored well. Just don't even think about it. I mean, this is the thing. I was like, worst case scenario, he probably still scores like 50 and doesn't lose money, but fucking 14 points. Come on, bro. Dude, the curse of the fullbacks is crazy. Oh my word. Look at the scoring, and then he fucking 14 against the Manly side in fucking Townsville. I even when the Cowboys were at their fucking worst at the start of the year, he scored 72. But yeah, I mean, they would have in round 13. I would have had to pick him up anyway. Like, even with the 150 break even, you would have had to do it. So I've done it early. Fuck it, whatever. He's in the team. Oh, dude, I couldn't quite believe it. But that's the rundown. That's the rundown of the round that was. I mean, yeah. I mean, the upscoring positions were fucking duddy. It was just all the forwards went well. The halves were fine. But yeah, it is what it is. But let us have a look. Let's have a quick squiz at... actually, what was that? There was a player the price. Fuck, who was I thinking of? It's fine. It's fine. But let's have a quick look around 12's numbers. So, Sandon Smith plays. We've got no front rowers. Love to see that when the front rows have been the best. Olaquatu is in. Thank you, Olaquatu. Well, obviously, assuming no injuries and stuff, he will get released to play this game, being 20th man. Corey Horsburgh also in. You love to see it. Nicholson obviously out. No Egan. Let's just take that off for now. So again, for people that don't know, in the major buys, 12, 15, and 18, you only get your top 13 scoring players. So it doesn't matter what position, doesn't matter like anything. Like for instance, you could have all 6 back rowers, right? And maybe you don't have any halves, but you have 6 back rowers playing. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. You obviously have to put the reserve on the players that are playing, but it doesn't matter if you don't have halfbacks or dummy halves or front rowers, right? So it's just your top 13 scoring players. They're the ones that get the points this week, not 17 or 18. Well, yeah, it's only 17, but you get the 18 with the flex normally. So only your top 13 scoring players. So you don't need to get like a 17-man team. And I don't think anybody could possibly do that this fucking year because of the injuries. So Metcalf and Nico Hines both playing. Love to see it. Honestly, Nico is a pretty good shout at a captain against a very understrength Roosters team. Jaden Campbell, no. Tonga, no. Kiraz, no. Sharp, hopefully. Lucas, hopefully. Garrick, yes. Jenkins, yes. Smith, yes. Toya, no. Let's just do it like that. Let's take off Lucas. Let's just say Lucas ain't playing yet for now. And then Ponga, obviously, no as well. So at the moment, we have got... we've got 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, we'll say Lucas not playing. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not that bad. Not that bad. It was a lot better. It was a lot fucking better. Before last round, we had Kiraz and Lucas. That was the main. And yeah, we had Kiraz and Lucas, but we also I didn't think we'd have Horsburgh or Olaquatu. So a bit of give and take. So we've got 9. We've got 9, and we're definitely trading Kiraz, and we're definitely trading Egan. So 10, 11. And it's just a matter of, I guess, Nicholson as well. So Nicholson as well can get traded. So we should be, and then it's just a matter of if we're going to boost to get up to 13 scoring players. I would definitely like to get to 13, and we probably will. It just depends on like monetarily if we can get the players we would like to get in. So, okay. The big question, and I feel like I've still got to, but do you bring in Tedesco at this point? I know he's like basically a must, but it's honestly like really bad. So a lot of people, obviously Naf White also, he's out injured. So people that held Naf White, fucking that's a kick in the dick right there. The Roosters are gonna be without fucking Collins, Lenu, White, Toya, Angus Crichton, Connor Watson. They're missing a lot. Now it probably means that the attack's all going to come through Tedesco, but like it's a tough run. They take on the Sharks, who are full strength, and I mean the Sharks should be winning this game and winning it pretty well. Then they take on Canberra in the backup game. Canberra are a bit hit or miss, but they are a good team. They take on Newcastle in round 15. Newcastle are shit, but defensively they've still been pretty good, and they're also not going to be missing like many Origin players. Cowboys around 16. They miss 17, and then take on the Tigers. It's just a matter of like the players they're missing. I think I probably still do it, as much as it's like, oh, it'd be nice not to do it. I think you've just gotta bring him in. It feels bad. Like, if fucking Drinkwater didn't get 14, I'd be much more like, yeah, I'll bring him in. But the fact Drinkwater really shit the bed, I'm like, do I need to bring in Tedesco? I think you do. Now, Ponga obviously made a bit of cash. Tedesco still scored like 70, but can I go Ponga straight to Tedesco? I can. So that's nice. I can go Ponga straight to Teddy. You probably just do it. Like, I mean, you don't have to do it. Well, I was going to say you don't have to do it this week, but if you're not doing it this week, then it's the same thing with fucking Drinkwater. It's like, well, maybe you do fucking wait. Tedesco, I don't know. I honestly, I'm fucking torn now. Just with the Roosters, I sort of want to see the Roosters team on paper to make my decision. I guess the Sharks are also going to be missing a couple. I think Ramey and obviously Stone Street's going to be out, so they're missing a couple of backline players. But could you wait? When would you bring him in if you waited? When would you bring him in? So they play round 13. You know what? Fuck, maybe you do just wait until round 15 at this point. Because they have the bye in round 14. So you wait till round 15, second major bye, and then bring in Tedesco. Because I guess the other big thing, right? The big thing with the buys is captaincy. Like, you can... That's the bit... You need to nail your vice captain or captain. You need to get a good score. I'm a little scared for this week. I honestly don't really know. But if you look at the games, who are you more confident in captaining out of Tedesco or Nico Hines? I don't know. Like, I'd probably prefer Nico Hines over Tedesco as a captain. So that makes Tedesco far less appealing just off rip. Because even if he goes 80, 90, 100... if I wasn't going to captain him, then it's not that big a loss. Maybe you do. Maybe you do just hold off. maybe you do just hold off on Tedesco. It would like we could definitely fucking use some big we could get in some big players if we forego Tedesco. So we might. The more I think about it, it actually makes sense to wait, but we'll see. We'll see what other players we'd like to bring in. Obviously, center wing and also front row / second row are the big ones. So let us have a look. Obviously, front row, I mean, Nrl Blake, of course, got another fucking ton. He just can't get affordable. Aaron Clark, dude, I feel like you go Aaron Clark. If I'm not going Tedesco, you can probably go like Clark and Nrl Blake. But like, even with, so Fisher Harris and Barnett played last game. He still played 71 minutes, scored 71 points, and it wasn't like you noticed Aaron Clark out there, but it wasn't his like tackle busting, offloading best. That's for sure. I guess the only thing, the buy cover isn't amazing, although they play. It's still good. Like, they play the first one and the backup, and then they play the backups for the others. They just don't play the other major. It's interesting. Like, he's going to play 70 minutes. Like, Barnett and Fisher Harris, he's out suspended. I think it's only a game, but obviously Barnett's also out. Clark's going to play massive minutes, but the problem, I guess the concern is up against Canberra, they're going to be strong. Their forward pack is fucking great. I keep forgetting Hudson Young will be out for the Raiders, so that is one loss for them, but their forward pack is still really, really good. I am a little concerned that Aaron Clark, is he going to have any sort of room to move, or the Raiders just going to absolutely dominate the ruck and Clark not really get much away. So that's the only concern with going Clark. But fuck, if you're looking at Clark versus Nrl Blake, I guess they're about the same price. The more I think about it, they're the same price. Tarpany's just a bit more expensive. I don't know. They're both great. They're both sensational. I still don't hate like a Lindsay Smith. Like, honestly, Lindsay Smith's still only 570k. The minutes have been a little bit all over the shop. Like, he's still at like such a good value, I think. But I guess if you're comparing him to the other guys, he doesn't quite have that ceiling in him. So I don't know. What do they play? They play 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 19. Pretty similar to the Warriors, actually. They miss a second and third major bye. There's probably no other front rowers we're going to be looking at. What about the back row? So, I mean, yeah, Nrl Blake and Aaron Clark. I mean, Tarpany as well, obviously very appealing. But the fact Horsburgh missed out, I don't see Tarpany getting like a huge influx of minutes now. And then I think Nrl Blake and Clark are just better value. I think Tarpany, he's been incredible, but I think the other two can push out as bigger numbers as Tarpany, whilst being like 50k cheaper. That's the only reason I would go the other two. I think Tarpany's still sensational. If you've got him, then you'd be loving it. The back row. So, obviously, Aaron Clark. I mean, Galamatangi, we're not going to go this week. I almost completely forgot about the fucking monster. So I'm not going to talk too much about the Terrell May omission in this one. I'll do like a separate Origin video talking about the teams, but I'm not going to lie, the first half, the talk about Terrell May not being like too impactful, I mean, they weren't wrong. Like, it was obviously wet weather footy, but like if you're watching Keon versus Terrell May in that first 40, 50 minutes, I'm sorry, but Keon was fucking destroying Terrell May. Don't get me wrong, Terrell May was fantastic. They were both incredible. I don't want to get misquoted here. They were both incredible, but I think Keon I think Keon fucking... I think he really fucking destroyed Terrell May. Not necessarily destroyed Terrell May, but I think out of the two, Keon was just unbelievable. The funny thing about Terrell May is that, like, it's true. The longer he plays, the better he looks. Like, I guess it's to do with, like, the opposition looking more fatigued as well is a factor. But, like, you know, the back quarter of the game, he's taking more carries. He's getting more post contact meters, and it doesn't really suit Origin. Like, if we're being honest, and maybe that's the role I guess he plays. He takes it a bit easy for the first half or so with the runs, and then puts on the afterburners in the back end. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one for me with Terrell May. I still, don't get me wrong, I still think he 100% should have been in the team. Also Keon, but I also understand why Keon wasn't in the team, because if we're being honest, they picked the team before that final game, right? And Keon in the back row this year has been pretty much, you know, he's been whatever. Like, he's been fine, but he definitely hasn't been Origin worthy. Him in the middle, he's Origin level without doubt. Like, he's unbelievable. But he only played there last week, and then obviously this week. So they would have had the team ready, or like already sort of picked, and Keon wouldn't have. I mean, he didn't deserve to get in the team, but if he's playing through the middle, then all of a sudden, yeah, Keon 100% should be on the bench. He can cover the back row, he can cover the front row, but boy, oh boy, 80 minutes, 104 points. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I mean, yeah, obviously you're not going to pick him up this week, but everybody's going to pick him up around 13. He's got a good cover, like 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I mean, there's Wayne Bennett could fucking stuff us around, but like, surely you don't move him away from front row. I mean, he's not going to play 80 minutes every week, but he's too good through the middle. He's unbelievable. He's a monster. So 600k round 13, Keon. Yeah, sort of lock and load that one, I would say. Any other back rowers of note? Britton Nickera. I mean, he was on the watch list, but fucking 30 points. I'm really not that keen to pick up Nickera. I mean, the Sharks obviously have good cover. They're not affected by Origin, but like, he's just, without the tries, he's just fucking scoring shit. Really shit. Sia Wong, not too interested in with the Roosters. How many players are going to be out? Anyone else? I mean, it's probably more just those front rowers and then Keon, really. There's no other back rowers. Like, you could take a pot on someone. Like, you know, Viliami's still pretty good. Leka Halassemia, 62, but yeah, they don't have great coverage, the Warriors, so I wouldn't be looking at him too much. Yeah, not too much else really. Tallis Duncan, yeah, he's just not a go. I thought he would be a lot better in the back row than he has been. Obviously, he is more a middle than a back rower, but I really thought he would do an okay job. But fuck me, 30 and 30 points in the back row. Yeah, not good. Not good at all. I guess Zach Hosking, the other guy. So, I did almost forget about Hosking, but interesting. Like I expected, he didn't play the 80 minutes. This also... I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do with Hosking. I don't know. I have no idea. He's obviously, like, he's a great pickup. But he's probably still just like a slam dunk, right? Going Nicholson to him, you still make a bit of cash. He only went up 26k. He's got a low break even. It's just the fucking, like, it looked like, so this is what, like, shits me. I don't understand Stewart. So he brought Simi Sasangi on, and Hosking went to the middle for a bit, and when I was watching, I'm like, oh fuck, I really should have brought Hosking in. So he's doing the exact same thing that old Nicholson did. He played in the back row, and then Sasangi came on, he's going to play through the middle. But then Hosking went off, obviously, 69 minutes, and Tom Starling played the fucking full 80 minutes. I was like, what is happening? So now, I still think he's probably just a pickup. But, I mean, he scored a try. He had a couple of try contributions. The score's not that good without it. I don't know. He's probably just still a pickup. It's just a pain in the ass. If he played 80 minutes, I'd be like 100% get him in. But the 70 minutes, it doesn't feel great. But that's probably all for the forwards. We'll have a quick squiz. I mean, there's a lot of centre wingers. I'll have a better look after team lists, obviously. I don't want to drag this on too much. Herbie is 100% coming in. Fucking 740k. Just keep scoring tries. I couldn't believe when he scored that fucking try. Oh my god, dude. Of course he had to score that try at the back end. Oh, brother. But against an understrength Bulldogs team, you got to bring him in. Ronaldo, not a bad pod still. Decent price. Who else? Paul Alamotti is somewhat interesting. He will have the goal kicking, but probably not still. Jermaine Asako, I was sort of tempted by Zarko. Just the fact he scored like no tries this season. I guess they just don't give him they don't go left. They don't go to his wing. It's just they don't go right. They just go left to Herbie constantly. So Zarko sees no ball, but he can go on a run, Zarko. He's 530k. It's a really good price for him. He rocks solid. Like, he had a couple of 30s in here, but he's been pretty rock solid. Has a decent little draw. I don't know. You could take a punt on Zarko. You know, I don't want to get too much into it. There's a lot of plays to go through, so I think I'll wrap it up here. Overall, I don't know if I'm happy or unhappy at the moment. We'll have a look at team lists this week and then make a decision. Obviously, we can do 4 trades at max, and we'll see where we stand. But hopefully, you guys are enjoying the content. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.